It's time we stop sugarcoating things and face what's becoming more obvious with every passing game. The New York Yankees have a real issue at shortstop. And no, this isn't a reactionary take. This isn't a hot take. This is something that's been slowly bubbling under the surface. And now, after what we've seen over the past few months, actually over the past few seasons, it's boiling over. The shortstop position, once seen as locked down, has turned into a question mark, a vulnerability, a weak point on a roster that simply can't afford those if the Yankees have serious championship ambitions. And the craziest part? You can feel it in the air. The front office knows it. The fans definitely know it. And even Aaron Boone, who's never been shy about backing his guys no matter what, has to be watching this unfold with growing concern. It's not just about one guy struggling at the plate or making a few errors in the field. It's about the future. It's about trajectory. It's about asking the hard question. Is this the shortstop we're going to war with for the next decade? Anthony Volpe came into the league with a lot of promise. A lot. He was the golden boy, the hometown kid, the top prospect with the dream story. But we're now well into his third year, and at some point the conversation shifts from he just needs time to maybe he's not it. And look, nobody's trying to root against the guy. Everyone wants to see him succeed. Yankees fans would love for him to turn it around and become the franchise player many thought he would be. But the reality is the progress just hasn't been there. This season alone, Volpe's offensive production has taken a sharp step backward. A .214 batting average, an OPS under 700, and on-base percentage below 290. These aren't numbers you can hide, especially not in a city like New York where every at-bat is under a microscope. His defense, once a point of pride, has also shown some regression. The arm strength doesn't scream shortstop. The throws aren't as crisp. The Gold Glove hype from his rookie campaign now feels like a distant memory. When you watch him play now, it feels more like you're watching a solid second baseman than a cornerstone shortstop. And that's the crux of it. When you draft a guy like Volpe as high as the Yankees did, when you pass up on someone like Gunnar Henderson, when you give a kid the keys to the most iconic infield in baseball, the expectations are sky high. And rightly so. This is the Yankees. The standard is different here. Good isn't good enough. And right now, Volpe hasn't even been that. To make matters more interesting, the Yankees haven't exactly been subtle about how they're preparing for a post-Volpe future. Over the past couple of drafts, they've quietly, or maybe not so, quietly been stockpiling shortstops. High school kids, college bats, athletic infielders who all play that same position. You don't need to be a scout to see what's going on here. The writing is on the wall. They're not betting everything on Volpe anymore. They're preparing for alternatives. They're setting the stage for someone else to step up and take over. And right now, the name that's buzzing louder than ever is George Lombard Jr. If you haven't been paying attention, let me catch you up. Lombard Jr. isn't just some flash in the pan prospect who had a good week. He's been rising fast, and he's doing it in a way that makes you sit up and say, okay, this kid might be it. Drafted right out of high school, the Yankees took a shot on a raw athlete with upside. And in just a short amount of time, that upside is starting to look like a sure thing. He's been lighting it up in the minors. Hudson Valley saw the early flashes, the plate discipline, the athleticism, the speed. The guy's got 25 stolen bases this season alone. His contact hitting is consistent. His on-base skills are mature beyond his years. And defensively, let's just say he doesn't look like a project out there. He looks polished, natural. Like someone who's going to make every routine play and maybe even a few jaw droppers along the way. Now, let's be honest. He's still young, still developing. There are definitely things he's working on, and the move up to AA Somerset has shown that. The batting average dipped a bit. The power numbers aren't eye-popping, but let's not lose perspective. He's facing more experienced pitchers, adjusting to a new level, and still flashing the traits that made him a first-rounder. The patience, the baseball IQ, the ability to adapt, it's all there. And that's what you want in a future major leaguer. Just look at how he performed in the All-Star Futures game. The kid stood out, got on base, stole a bag, scored a run, roped a double. He almost had another hit robbed on a great defensive play. And beyond the stats, you could just feel his presence on the field. Confident, composed, like he belonged. Baseball America even named him the best player they saw at the event. And that's not some minor compliment. That's serious recognition from people who know what they're talking about. Meanwhile, back in the Bronx, the situation only continues to get murkier. Boone can say all the right things in interviews. Cashman can express confidence in Volpe's development. But actions speak louder than words, and the Yankees' actions are telling a different story. 2 more shortstops taken in the draft this year? That's not just a coincidence. That's a pattern. That's a message. Volpe may still be young, but that youth doesn't guarantee unlimited time. Not in New York, not in this organization. The window to contend is always open, but never wide. You get the job done, or the next guy will. And right now, George Lombard Jr. looks like the next guy. He might not be ready this very second, but his timeline is starting to align with the Yankees' needs. And when that happens, when the team starts looking at what's best for now and not what was promised back then, change happens quickly. And let's not ignore the other factors at play here. Lombard's background? His dad is the bench coach for the Tigers. This isn't a kid just figuring out how to be a pro. He's been around the game his whole life. He knows how this works. He knows what's expected. That maturity shows in interviews. When asked about his development and potential call-ups, he stays grounded, talks about focusing on the present, putting in the work, being a good teammate. All the little things that front offices eat up. That leadership, that mindset, it's rare. And it matters. Y'all, Jazz Chisholm, during his rehab stint with Somerset, got to see Lombard Jr. up close. He didn't hold back his praise. Said the kid was making all the right plays, barreling up the right pitches, looking like someone who belongs in the big leagues. That kind of endorsement doesn't come lightly. These are the moments when a player starts to separate themselves. When the people who've already made it start to take notice. And the best part? The Yankees wouldn't even have to sacrifice speed if they eventually move on from Volpe and hand the job to Lombard. The kid can fly. He's a nightmare on the bases. Maybe he's not going to hit 30 home runs a year, but that's not what you need from your shortstop if he's getting on base, making smart plays, and covering ground defensively. Not every star shines the same way, and Lombard's game, though not flashy in the traditional sense, checks a lot of important boxes. So where does this leave us? Volpe's hanging on, trying to find his swing, trying to rediscover that spark that made him such a hyped prospect. The Yankees are watching closely, evaluating every at-bat, every play in the field, and behind him, Lombard is charging hard, gaining momentum and showing signs that he might be ready sooner than expected. It's not an easy decision. The team doesn't want to give up on Volpe prematurely, but at the same time, they can't afford to keep waiting if the results don't come. Not with October dreams on the line. The Yankees are playing a dangerous game here, balancing patience with urgency, development with performance. But one thing's becoming increasingly clear: the status quo won't hold forever. Whether it's later this season or sometime next year, a shakeup feels inevitable. And when it happens, don't be surprised if George Lombard Jr. is the one walking through that door, ready to take over and never look back. You can feel the tension building. It's not something that shows up in a box score or a stat sheet, but it's there, lingering in every inning Volpe plays. Every grounder booted, every strikeout on a breaking ball out of the zone, every failed bunt attempt, they all carry more weight now. Because behind those moments is the unspoken pressure of competition, the quiet yet persistent presence of a new kid waiting in the wings. George Lombard Jr. might not be in the Bronx yet, but make no mistake, he's already in the conversation. But before we continue, please remember to join our channel and give this video a like. Your support allows us to keep bringing you the latest news about the New York Yankees. Feel free to share your thoughts on the news in the comments. Rumors are swirling in the baseball world as whispers emerge that Anthony Volpe, the young and promising shortstop, might be on the verge of leaving the New York Yankees. The news has set off a flurry of speculation among fans and analysts alike, sparking questions about the future dynamics of one of MLB's most storied franchises. Volpe, who has been widely regarded as one of the brightest prospects within the Yankees organization, has shown glimpses of superstar potential. His combination of defensive prowess, quick reflexes, and improving offensive skills has made him a fan favorite and a cornerstone for the team's future plans. Yet, Amid the buzz of his possible departure, insiders hint that there could be a deeper story unfolding behind the scenes. Sources close to the team have not confirmed any official announcement, but the mere suggestion of Volpe's exit has raised eyebrows. Some speculate that contract negotiations might have hit a snag, or that the Yankees are considering a strategic rebuild involving younger assets and fresh talent. Others wonder if Volpe himself might be seeking a new challenge outside the Bronx, aiming for a leading role on a team where he can truly shine without the pressure cooker environment that New York can sometimes represent. The timing of these rumors also coincides with ongoing discussions around the Yankees' roster adjustments ahead of the upcoming season. The organization is reportedly looking to balance a mix of veteran experience with youthful energy, and Volpe's uncertain status could be a significant piece in that puzzle. The idea of trading or releasing such a promising player feels like a bold move, but in the high-stakes world of baseball, surprises are never out of the question. Fans have taken to social media, expressing both shock and curiosity. Could Volpe really be leaving the Yankees? That would change everything, one tweet read, capturing the sentiment of many who see him as a future face of the franchise. Meanwhile, analysts are debating the potential destinations for Volpe if he does depart, teams in need of a dynamic. Shortstop could view this as a golden opportunity to acquire a young talent with both upside and marketability. While the Yankees organization remains tight-lipped, the atmosphere is thick with anticipation. Will Anthony Volpe stay to carve out his legacy in pinstripes, or is he destined to embark on a new chapter elsewhere? For now, it remains a tantalizing rumor, a storyline that could redefine the Yankees' trajectory and send ripples through the baseball community. As the offseason progresses, all eyes will be on this unfolding saga, waiting to see if the whispers become reality. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the New York Yankees, please subscribe to our channel and give us a like. We always appreciate your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.